Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to go over some historic low Steam game deals, historic low prices, and some of these, one in particular, I would say is an absolutely awesome game. The others are really good as well, though. A lot of weebing out, some JRPGs certainly to be mentioned, some Japanese games. Y'all know I'm all about that, but let's just get right into it, and let's start off with the highlight. Steam is running a NieR franchise sale. Maybe Steam's running it, Square Enix is running it, however you want to define it. And NieR Automata is at its lowest price ever, 65% off for $13.99. What a phenomenal deal for NieR Automata, an absolutely excellent action RPG. This game is tremendous, incredible soundtrack, great gameplay, had a pretty lengthy development cycle from what I remember, and Platinum Games was involved with the gameplay, and it was incredible from a gameplay standpoint. Soundtrack was phenomenal. Story is incredibly compelling, especially when it all comes together by the end. I just think the game is tremendous, and a game you do have to play through a couple times to get the full totality of the story, but incredibly well done. And it's just a bummer that Square Enix has seemingly kind of benched NieR as a franchise. I know we got a mobile game, and I'll get to the other release that they've had, but NieR Automata came out in 2017, March of 2017. It is August of 2025, and we haven't had a legit third NieR title. Again, I get that there's the mobile game, there's the NieR 1 remake, and we'll get to that in a second, but come on, man, you could do more with this franchise. Like, Square, what are you doing? Not to go on an unhinged rant on Square, like, sometimes Square does really great stuff, and they put out stuff like Fantasia Neo Dimension and, low-key bangers like that, and then you got NieR just being shelved for years and years. Like, what are we actually doing here? When you have an IP like this, and it's not like NieR Automata hasn't sold well. It sold incredibly well. They ported it on over to Nintendo Switch, and that was a great port. They've done a great job in promoting NieR outside of actually dropping, like, new NieR games. Like, NieR should be a franchise that's consistently getting developed, consistently evolving, and that just has not been the case whatsoever. But it is what it is. I could go on a tangent. Some of you guys, though, that have yet to play NieR, again, NieR Automata Game of the Year Edition, $13.99 on that is phenomenal. And then, again, NieR Replicant is 65% off for $21, a new low price on this. NieR Replicant is really good as well. I would say it's not as good as NieR Automata, especially because Platinum wasn't involved in the gameplay of this game. I think, it is a little bit behind from a gameplay standpoint, but from a narrative standpoint, a world standpoint, soundtrack standpoint, it is still phenomenal and very much worthwhile to play. I would probably play Replicant first before Automata, but really, they're all worthwhile games. This is the prequel to NieR Automata. NieR Replicant originally came out in, I want to say, 2010. I have a physical copy somewhere dug away for the PlayStation 3. Still available, and yeah, I remember just not being totally enthralled with that game when I initially played it back in the day, but I was super young. And then Replicant came out, and I loved Replicant. I thought it was a great game, so $21 on that's a little pricey. Automata, though, for $14 is a bargain and a slam dunk home run of a pickup. So check it out. And yeah, this is a part of the NieR franchise sale, which, we're having this franchise sale. There's only 2 damn games in this franchise. It should have 20 games. Final Fantasy has like 20 games. NieR is an IP that really, man, again, I'm going on a tangent, but NieR is an IP that if Square would take their head out of their rear end, they could develop, maybe not to a Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts level IP, but pretty damn close. I really believe that strongly in NieR, and the thing is, Final Fantasy has had how many games? Kingdom Hearts has had how many games? And yeah, those IPs are big. NieR's had 2 real games, and, people want more out of NieR. Come on, Square, let's get more NieR, but I digress. There you go with that. Another game that is JRPG inspired, if you want to call it a JRPG outright, whatever the case may be. Chained Echoes, seeing its deepest discount yet, 50% off for $12.49. Very much a throwback JRPG, throwback visual style here, and it just got a new piece of DLC. Ashes of Elrond has dropped, and that is available in the complete edition edition of Chained Echoes for $19.33, a sizable discount for Chained Echoes, which is great to see. But yeah, if you want something that's a bit of a throwback, you can check that out. A 16-bit SNES-style RPG set in a fantasy world where dragons are as common as paladin mechanical suits. Experience a captivating story, follow a group of heroes as they explore a land filled to the brim with charming characters, fantastic landscapes, and vicious foes. Can you bring peace to a continent where war has been waged for generations and betrayal lurks around every corner? 30 to 40 hours of playtime, fast-paced turn-based battles, no random encounters, tons of items to be looted, complex skill and equipment system, customize your own airship, travel and fight by foot or in your mech, and 16-bit SNES-style graphics and music inspired by PSX RPGs. A 91 on Metacritic for Chained Echoes. Yes, this game was received incredibly well, and it's now available for $12.49, so if you want a throwback JRPG, there you go with Chained Echoes. You know, a lot of talk on people wanting more turn-based games. Chained Echoes is available, so check that out there for $12.49. Then we have a visual novel, Fate Stay Night Remastered, 30% off for $21. One of the more iconic visual novels of all time. It is a VN that got a lot of people into VNs, I do know that. I watched Fate Stay Night, the anime, growing up. I must have been like 17 years old when I watched it originally, maybe even a little younger than that, and I know now that people absolutely hated the Fate Stay Night anime. I'm not gonna lie, yo, I dug it. I really like the Fate Stay Night anime. Again, people die when they are killed, I believe is the iconic quote by the main character of this VN. I mean, that was tremendous. You know, I was like, I swear, when I saw that, when I was like 17, I was like, oh my god, this dude is so badass. And now, you know, come to realize this man's just been memed on for the last decade, or last couple of decades for that quote. But I digress. The visual novel is beloved. $21 for Fate Stay Night, a remastered. You can check that out. And then Cat Quest 3 is 50% off for $9.99. A charming RPG here. Now, keep in mind, this game was just a part of Humble Choice, but I get it. Some of you guys just aren't about playing games or buying games via other e-tailers and whatnot. So if you want a charming RPG to go through, Cat Quest is always going to be that. Nothing to take too seriously, but a charming game and fairly accessible that anybody can really jump into. And then lastly, the House of the Dead remake is 90% off for $2.49. A remade version of the game introduced in 1997. An arcade platform, a classic arcade rail shooter, receives a whole new entourage and gameplay changes to suit modern gaming standards as well. 2,100 reviews, 70% positive, so it wasn't like it was incredibly well received, but for $2.49, seems like a decent pickup to me. But that'll do it for me. Again, great deals across the board as far as what's available at a historic low price. But that NieR Automata deal, I think, is absolutely excellent. Square, please do more with NieR as an IP. And if you've never played NieR, go check out Automata. Like, that's the one I would really recommend at $13.99. $21 for Replicant is kind of pricey, so I don't know if I would jump on that. If you got the money, you know, it's not a bad pickup, but certainly pricey. But these Square Enix games hold up in price for a while, so you know, $13.99 for a game that's 8 years old is kind of wild to be celebrating, but we gotta do what we gotta do. But yeah, check those out. Chained Echoes, $12.49 on that. Fate Stay Night Remastered, people die when they are killed, 30% off for $21 on that. Cat Quest 3, $9.99. The House of the Dead remake, $2.49 on that. But that's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.